You got nothing. Hey, can't. Hey, switch gears. Pick the edge. Go.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 74 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Well, they got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back.
And it's a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
What we got?
Gun.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Ricky.
Wide.
Mike 57.
Hey, Zoo.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Receiver. Here we go.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Hey, we're gonna make the 48 right now. Let's go. Man, I got you. Check. Zebra. Check 48's the mic. I'm gonna run you.
A second down throw for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Here we go. You gonna get this boy?
This is Ingram on first and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on second down. Jackson dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Ready, 54. Mike 54.
On first down, it's Ingram. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Harrison Smith on the cover.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do?
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A little jet sweep to start the drive, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. They'll run on first down. Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Focus, defense, focus. Mike 40. Tackle.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On third down, Jackson. The battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anderson-Aho. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. This one complete to Ingram. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 25 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And now it's 2nd down. This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Gun.
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Now Cook. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Jahan.
Hey, check.
Cousins gives way to Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A first down throw for Cousins. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Black. Gun.
Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we're going back to the 48 right now.
Black. Hey, Foxtrot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 43 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 14-10.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Ravens 10.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They run it again with Cook. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Now Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
48's Mike. 48's Mike. He's tired of
Throwing here, Cousins going deep for Dick. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Out to his left. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Here we go. Time to end it. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing now is Jackson. And he's going to go down again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.